Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Working Trader, where we look at the Euro USD and GBPUSD and come up with trade ideas for the day. So let's jump right into it. Looking at Forex Factory. So today is a Monday. We do not have any high impact news today and tomorrow, and then we'll only start on Wednesday, where we have core PPI as well as the federal funds rate and FOMC statement. Okay, so let's look at the charts. So looking at the daily, markets have just been tanking. Okay. All right. So this is what we see. So on the Euro USD, we've had a trend shift. Okay, so we've been bullish. This was our last bullish break of structure, and then we've been having this internal pullback, and then now on Friday, price continued until we broke that strong daily swing low. Okay, with the close, and that means we now have a new break of structure to the downside. So now our swing has switched from bullish to bearish. So for our swing, that's our daily break of structure right there, and then our swing, that's our strong swing high. So now we have our swing bearish, and our internal is also bearish. And then looking at the pound is still bullish overall. In terms of our swing range, so our swing range is still bullish. However, internally, we're still continuing with the bearish momentum. Okay, so we've had another break of structure right there, and then of course we've mitigated this demand, and we still have this extreme demand where price could still react from and continue bullish. So expectation right now is our price will probably just continue bearish, maybe take out this demand and then go on to mitigate this extreme one. So looking at the 4-hour and the Euro USD, so this means we now have a new swing high for our swing strong, and then right there, that's where we had our swing break of structure for HBOS, and then we can remove that. So now we're starting to see clearly demand areas failing and supply areas being created and respected. Okay, supply areas being created and respected. So we had our internal break of structure, and then this is another internal break of structure that we've had. So this is what I'm looking at. Okay, and that one we had a sweep right there for H. Okay, so we had a sweep. So from our internal range perspective, this is the current internal range that we can be looking at. So for our internal, strong, and then we haven't had a significant pullback to have our low, but currently our low is right there. Okay, So right now we are in this demand area on the daily as well as the 4-hour. So let's look at the 15-minute. So now that's gone. Boom. So right there we have my 15-minute swing, 15-minute POS, and then we did have a break of structure bullish, and then we got another break of structure bearish. So this one was temporal. And then that was our high, and that one was a sweep right there. Alright, so boom. So that was a 15-minute pause, and then pause. So we had a change of character, and then we've continued bearish. Okay, so from the 15 minutes, this is definitely a low. So internally, this is our recent internal range. Okay. Internally, this is our current internal range. So that's our 15-minute internal strong, and then that'll be our 15-minute internal weak. Internal weak. All right. So this is what we're looking at. So this is our range. So all right. So we did have a break of internal structure. We've already had our pullback. Okay. So this would be our break with our pullback. We've come back. Then now it looks like we are heading for that weak low again. Let's see, where did we pull up? So we did mitigate 50%, and then we still have these Asia highs. So usually I don't trust Asia highs. So this is my 15-minute. Supply. 15-minute zone. Alright, so right now as price is developing, what I'll be looking for would be for price maybe price to sweep these lows. Okay, if price sweeps these lows, then I'll probably look for short-term highs. Okay, maybe towards these Asia highs. All right, the target simply being a 1 2 3. All right, if I can get 1 2 3, then I'll be out. And then if price does come up and maybe mitigate this extreme supply, then I can be looking for shorts as well. Okay, targeting another 1 2 3. Okay, so those are my trade ideas. At least that's what I'll be looking for at the moment on the Euro USD on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so let's see if the pound has something similar. So looking at the 4H on the pound. All right, so we had our break of structure, and then that was our internal. That was our internal, and then we did break structure right there. So that's our 4-hour. Where is it? 4-hour eyeballs, and then that shifts our range to there. Okay, So after breakout structure, we may expect some kind of pullback at some point, right? So maybe it could happen after we mitigate this area or after we sweep these areas. So we could sweep these areas, right, and then have a reaction for a pullback, or we just have a minor reaction and then come back to mitigate this extreme demand, and then have a reaction from there. Okay, so we'll have to see how price develops, and then let's see on the 15-minute what we can expect intraday. So this swing week has become a swing strong. 15M, strong swing high, and then right there, (15-minute) POS, and then my current internal range. My current internal range would be this one. Boom. 15M internal strong. Okay, and then we've had internal breaks like that. 15M. Okay. That pullback was not significant. Okay, so we expect a pullback all the way to the top. So let's see how that is. So right there, that pullback was not significant. So our expectation is that okay, so let me do it like so. Okay. So now we have had a pullback. We've pretty much swept these areas. Okay. Pulled back towards these areas. So now, would we expect price to come back? For the pound, doesn't look like. Okay, so for the pound, definitely price could be coming for this week low. Okay, however, we do have these relatively equal highs. Okay, so price could come back and at least mitigate. So the expectation is this is a week low. Price could continue. All right, take this area out, and then maybe we have a reaction 1 2 3. Maybe come back to an area of supply in here. Price may not come up all the way to mitigate this. Okay, so it could be looking for a quick 3R. If it comes down somewhere here, anywhere in this area, give us a confirmation. Look for a 3R coming up, which may be maybe up to midpoint of Asia. Or price could just reverse from where it is right now. Price could simply stop here. Okay, come up, mitigate this, take out these highs, all right, and then continue bearish, targeting this Asia low or this weak swing low of this internal, or rather this weak internal low. Okay, so those are the things that I'll be looking at. All right, so I'll be anticipating for those two actions. So the price could come up, mitigate this, and then continue bearish. Or price could continue bearish for now, sweep these lows, and then have a reaction bullish. Okay, so those are my two trade ideas for today, for the euro and for the pound. So please, if you find value in this material, please don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to leave a comment, and let me know how you're applying this in your trading and how you're finding value with this. Other than that, have a good day, and Working Trader out.